Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your April 30th, 2022 New Moon, Black Moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This will be accompanied with a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So it's really interesting here, Aries, the imagery that kept coming forward was a placing down of swords, a placing down of swords. So this is going to be a time where it's like the fighting is ending. The battle, the sense of I have to be on guard all the time, that is starting to come to an end, if not coming to an end completely. So that's going to be a really, really nice thing. Let's look at the energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have the 10 of Pentacles. The first thing that came up, and I laugh because the first thing that came up with the 10 of Pentacles is the grass is always greener on the other side. We're going to be looking at things and really doubting the decisions that we're making, the way that we're moving forward, and thinking, oh my gosh, it would be better if, it would be better over there. And we're going to find that that's not necessarily the case. I'm also really seeing that it's important that we have family around us. And there's also this energy of, I don't need them kind of coming in. And we're going to be surprised it's either family or the people that we love as deeply as family coming forward. We do need them. So that's going to be very important. Then we have our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have two. We have the heart chakra and the sacral chakra coming forward. The heart chakra is play. And there's just going to be a need during this time for play, for joy, to let beauty and relaxation kind of come into our life. Then we have the sacral chakra and creativity. There is an energy here of, I'm not able to create because I don't feel stable. And that's part of what this new moon in Taurus is going to bring up. We need stability. And what's going to happen is the aspects in our lives, the places in our lives where we are not stable are going to come forward because we're going to see what we need to fix or what needs to change, and the acceptance of this change within our lives. So that's going to be very powerful here. It's also going to bring forward, as we accept this change, it's going to bring forward powerful creativity, powerful insights, powerful ideas. And I said creativity, and this is, of course, inspiration. So it's going to be inspiring us to be creative, to look outside of the box. The inspiration comes and we feel like there's a new dawn, there's a new day around us that we just didn't have before. And that becomes something bigger than us, more powerful than us, and something that we didn't know we needed. Now, we have here this new moon in Taurus, and this new moon is also a new moon eclipse. It's also a black moon, which hasn't happened since August of 2020. And so a black moon is when you have two new moons in the same month. So it's rare, it's beautiful, and it's followed by an eclipse. So that's just going to amplify everything. Eclipses, lunar eclipses, where it says here, expect powerful change. Lunar eclipses intensify everything. All right. This intensifies our emotions and brings again the things in our lives that aren't working. They come to a breaking point during a lunar eclipse, which we want stability. We want things to, be stabilized and harmonized during a new moon in Taurus. And so it's going to be bringing to the forefront things that aren't stable. So now what we're going to see here is that we need to embrace our voice. We need to look at what we want. We need to see what we desire, because prosperity lies ahead. But the prosperity lies ahead if we are embracing ourselves and not trying to live for someone or something else, but really saying, this is what I want for my life. This is what I need for my life. This is how I'm, grounding myself in my life, and really owning that with power and with tenacity and beauty and a greater understanding of ourselves. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Actually, yeah, let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we have the 9 of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, coming forward. We have the 8 of Swords. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, earth sign energy, coming forward. So with the 9 of Wands, there is an energy here of just being overwhelmed. We've listened to so many different people, so many different ideas, so many different things. And now we're starting to be overwhelmed by all the knowledge that is coming forward. This is also saying, we can be on overload from our phones, from, the internet, from everything. It's just like information overload is what's coming forward here. And there's a real energy and a real need to balance and to say, I fought these battles for a reason. I fought for myself or for where I want to be for a reason. And it doesn't get to be dictated by everybody else. I need to look at what is needed, what I desire, and I need to move forward in that energy, in that understanding, because we're still not sure if there's going to be another attack coming forward, if somebody else is going to want things that maybe we're not able to give or we're not willing to share. So this energy comes forward here with the 9 of Wands. And it's like, trust everyone but brand your kettle type of energy. It's saying here, be that good, prosperous person that you are, but also be mindful that not everybody shares your intentions. Then we have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is this energy of knowledge, understanding, and focus. I see somebody coming into your life now, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't necessarily have to be an air sign, giving those because Spirit is saying it's important. But what is also coming forward here is this sense of this person works with words. They could be a writer, they could be an editor, they could just love to read and take knowledge. They could also love to write letters. There's something about this person has really perfected. I'm just hearing the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. So there's something here about words that is astoundingly important to this person. This person is also way stronger than you initially think they are. There's going to be one perceived reality of this person, and then there's going to be quite another as you see what they've been through, as you see what they've accomplished. They also have a tendency to be blunt, right to the point, and there's something about them where they say, my tongue is sharp, or, my tongue can cut, or something like that. Or we say that about that person, or somebody says that to us about them. Because again, general readings. So there's going to be different avenues that this can come forward in our lives. But this person knows what they're talking about. Even if others don't agree, what they are stating, what they are standing on, they have knowledge with. It brings us to the 8 of Swords. This is being trapped in our own minds. We're almost afraid, Aries, and it sounds funny to say that Aries is afraid to, speak what we see as truth, at this moment. It's not doing so in a disrespectful way. So do be mindful of this. It's not going up to our bosses or to our partners and just kind of ripping into them. But what it is that there's something here where it's almost like I'm afraid to say what I need to say. I'm afraid to open up this door. And we're keeping ourselves trapped within our minds because we don't want to make waves. We don't want to make things worse, right? But we need to make things better for us. And that's going to be really important. This moon is not about, holding back. This moon is about accepting ourselves and where it is that we want to be and how we can find peace and tranquility within our world. So there's something here mentally where there's something we want to say. There's something that we want to embrace. And yet we're thinking, oh no, I can't do that. No, can't do it. We're slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity. But there's also somebody in our lives that moves very slowly. I'm just seeing so frustrated. It's like, okay, could you speed this up just a little bit? And it's It could be somebody who is like measuring out things to make cookies or something like that. And you're just thinking, could you hurry it up? Could you hurry it up a little bit? But that's part of their prosperity. Their prosperity is par and parcel with their preciseness. They're slowly and steadily moving towards success. Just because we have a kind of faster way of doing things, Aries, it doesn't mean that we're not slowly and steadily moving towards success as well. We really are. And so this is going to be a time where, we have this new moon echoing, from new moon to new moon, from the 1st of April, which is actually my nephew's birthday. So that was really beautiful, to the 30th of April, which is the new moon in Taurus, right? So we have new moon to new moon. We are seeing ourselves slowly transforming, slowly stepping into a power that wasn't ours before, slowly seeing things in a new way. And we're kind of thinking of a different avenue. We're kind of thinking of, I don't know if it's a side job or it's something we like to do on the side that we're thinking, can I make money out of this, or expanding a business, or even thinking of, kind of shaking things up in a shop that we work in, or in a, I'm just seeing like a place that receives people. It could be a reception area, or, yeah, it could be, it's some sort of reception area where people are received, obviously, that is like spruced up. And we're just thinking, I want it to feel more welcoming. And it could be a doctor's office. It could be at, getting a massage. It could be anywhere, really. But I just see it's like, I want to make things more welcoming. And it can't even be within our own homes. It's like, I want to embrace prosperity. So I heard this old saying, and I thought it was so charming. It's like, we're too poor to buy cheap things because we can't keep on replacing them, right? So it's kind of like that sentiment of, I need to buy quality because I need it to last, because I need that for me. And that's going to be the sentiment coming around here. Is like, I need this prosperity in my life, and I'm doing it for me. I'm slowly and steadily kind of shedding an old skin and moving forward in something that is beautiful. And it can even be a transformation of our bodies. So let's look at what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Step out of your comfort zone and work through your fears. So as we are confronting different people, different ideas, Spirit is saying to us here, well, the moon is saying to us with the North Lunar Node, okay? The North Lunar Node speaks what is current in our lives. So it's saying step out of your, can you see that? Oh, goodness. You see, step out of your comfort zone. And so here we are being told to look at things in a different way. To sit there and say, why not? Why not go on this adventure? Why not see what is right for me? And I'm just seeing this as a kind of like, I'm breaking out of this box, or like, this is the way I thought I was supposed to behave or supposed to present myself. And now there really is a sense of, I have to embrace what I want within my life. I am tired, and it is overwhelming to keep on holding myself back and holding myself back. And it's working through our fears that is really getting us to this point. The new moon in Scorpio comes forward here and says, we need to work through our fears so that we find our voice. Because by doing so, we find our peace. We find our tranquility. We start to see ourselves, which is what the new moon in Taurus is all about. It brings us then to angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Right here. It brings us to the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, the moon, Pisces energy, but also the moon is shaking things up. This is the Tower. This is expect powerful change. This is an immensely emotional time, causing things that aren't working in our lives to break down. That's what comes forward with the Tower. Things that aren't working are breaking down. And we're forced to see the cracks that we were just trying to paint over. We were just trying to, I'm just seeing putting putty in it until it needs to be addressed, until it needs to be fixed. This Tower time isn't necessarily going to be as devastating as some Tower times can be. What I'm seeing here is this sense of immense and powerful change that impacts our heart, meaning that we're stepping out of a cage. We're stepping out of a time of thinking these walls or this way of being or this way of doing things will keep me safe. There's a real sense of, I need to embrace who I am what I need, what I'm saying, what I'm seeing, and see myself move forward in power. I'm breaking down the walls that are around me. I really see this like the walls of Jericho falling down. This is a sense of, I can't stand in the shadows anymore. And that's also going to be really important. There's almost a sense of like I've been a side character in my life or a main supporting character in somebody else's. But now it is my time to step forward. And that's what this moon is telling us. This moon is telling us that there is power here, that there is insight and there's ideas, but this moon is also really shaking things up for us. It is showing us the world in a different way, but it's also connecting us with our dreams. Remember, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. This brings us to our dreams, to what we desire, to what we're looking for. And, you know, Neptune is known as the king of the unseen world, of what we desire within our own heads, within our own selves, within our own space of being. And that's what's being brought forward. And so we're looking at the door that we need to walk through in order to see ourselves step forward. And the two of wands is saying there is a doorway that is leading me to, so Spirit is saying to what I desire, which is very vague, but it's a doorway that's leading me to stepping into the world. There's almost a sense of, it's like being a late bloomer or kind of pulling back into ourselves. It could be, a reference to everything that's gone on in the world and, lockdowns and everything like that, where now I'm opening up the door. Now I'm feeling more confident within me, more prosperous, more powerful within me. Like it might have taken us a little bit to get our footing. So there's a real sense of now the door is opening. Now I am opening to my life and to what I want. And as this comes forward, the 8 of Pentacles is hard work, it's dedication, it's determination, but it's also an improvement of our craft. It is the 10,000 hours that we put into something. It is the sense of, this is me working my darndest. This is me putting in the effort and showing up. And it's not for anybody else, it's for myself. And as we're doing this, as we're showing up for ourselves, the moon says, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Abundance, angels and spirit guides, faith and gratitude. There's abundance if we have faith in our gratitude of connection. So what this means is that there's prosperity around us. We can feel it within the moon. Taurus is very grounding energy. It's showing us that we are stabilizing ourselves, stepping into ourselves, and that, yes, we know that change is coming, and we accept that change, or we need to accept that change, because it's opening up a part of our lives that needs to be open. And it's also opening us to an abundance that we didn't think got to be ours anymore. We need to have faith in that opening. There's almost a sense of, this is a time where we can call in the blessing, or this is a time where we can push it away and say, you know what, I'm not ready for this yet. Both have their legitimacy. Both need to be acknowledged, but we need to have faith within ourselves that what is growing within us, what we desire, gets to be seen, or we can just hide it away, or lose interest, or, move on to something that's newer and brighter. It moves us then to gratitude, having gratitude, peace, harmony, understanding within ourselves. There is this sense of, I need to give thanks, and it's giving thanks to the earth, it's giving thanks to the world around us, but I also see us needing to give thanks to ourselves, needing to give thanks to the power within us and what we are desiring and our dreams and who we are, instead of trying to let everybody else dictate what we should be wanting or what we should be doing. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. The Magician. The Death card, angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. And these two that just desperately want to be heard. The Hangman. Oh, these three. Okay, so let's move these down just a bit so you can see better. The Queen of Wands, which is us, the Hangman, and the High Priestess. What I love is that every single card here is a major arcana card, except for the Queen of Wands, which designates us. Okay, we are represented by the Emperor in the major arcana, by the wands in the minor arcana. We are coming through as a queen. This also reiterates the fact that we're a little bit more sensitive during this time, because the lunar eclipse brings us immense emotional connection with our world, with what we want, with, everything that we desire. Lunar eclipses increase our emotional connection. So what we're going to see here is we're going to need to look at things through our heart, but also be grounded with our mind, because Taurus energy is saying, look at things in the practical, not just in the abstract. It will be very easy to look at things in the abstract, to think about them, to kind of like, set them up like that, and then lose interest because it has to be implemented. And Spirit's just like, I'm just seeing a picture pointing at me during this time. So it's like, okay, that's something I know personally I have to work on. So it's like, one of those issues that you have to work on coming forward. And it's about not procrastinating, not putting things off. So I just thought that was terribly funny. Here, there is such a powerful essence of, this is what I need. This is my passion. This is my fire. This is my determination. This will make me more productive. This will make me more. Why am I hiding away from it? Why aren't I embracing it? So there's an energy here for us during this time, Aries, that our heart is completely immersed in this moon. And we need to look at what we desire, what lets us shine, even though this is a time of darkness. This is a time of introspection and contemplation. It moves us to the Magician. There's magic here. And it's not, it's not something to be worried about or overwhelmed with. This is the magic of who we are. This is the light that we have shining within us. This is a sense of, these are my unique personal gifts, and I get to bring them forward. I get to let them shine. I get to be a part of this. And the Magician is saying here, why are you afraid of shining? Why are you afraid of being who you need to be and embracing what you need to embrace? There's also a sense of magic during this time, a way the rain falls, or the way the mist kind of comes in, or the way that we're looking at things. There's a fairy tale like element, and I'm just seeing that fairy tale like element coming forward. Why can't it all be just a little bit prettier, a little bit calmer, a little bit more? And that's a question for us during this time. It's like, why does it have to be one certain way? Why can't it be more beautiful? Why can't it be more serene? Why can't I be more of what I want to be during this time? Because the Death card has the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. There's a sense here of facing what we fear, and almost everybody fears death in one capacity or another, and looking at the change that is coming within our lives, that is guiding us forward, that is having us look at things differently. Excuse me. And as we're looking at it differently, we're starting to see ourselves in a new way, in a powerful way, in a deeper way. There is a transformation that's coming forward. There is a sense of, I'm stepping out of a shadow. I'm stepping out of a shadow. And it can even be that shadow was not stepping fully into our emotions, just letting everything be about work or about, conquest, or about proving ourselves, and not letting ourselves step into a transformation of the heart, or step into our hearts at all. It moves us to the hangman. We're not seeing things the same way as we were before. The world has turned itself on its head. We're looking at things so differently, or we have turned ourselves on its head, and it looks like the world has gone mad. We are looking at things so differently, and yet we need this different point of view to move us forward, to help guide us. There is a sense here of, I'm not seeing things the way I once did, and that's not a bad thing at all. But we're going to feel like it's a bad thing, because it's almost going to be like, was I lied to? Like, was everything that I was working for, or working towards, or going after, was that, so I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's like, was that not for me? Like, did I get it wrong? There's going to be a fear here when the hangman comes in. Did I get it wrong? Or did I mess up? Or did I do something wrong? And Spirit is saying, listen, we could have, should have, would ourselves to death if we wanted to. Let's stop it. Let us look at what we're seeing right now. Let us look at what is important to us right now, and let us embrace it. Let us see it. Let us understand it. Because just because it's changing our perception, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. But it's also a listening to different ideas, a listening to things that might push us out of our comfort zone. The High Priestess. I love that we begin with the Magician and we end with the High Priestess. This is a soulmate connection, spiritual connection with someone or something that understands us on a soul level. This is an opening up of the door, the pulling back of a curtain. This is an embrace of magic and truth and insight and ideas. So this new moon for us is going to be immensely intense. The high priestess speaks what others will not. The magician becomes, okay? The high priestess, I see the high priestess more as a prophetess. I see the high priestess more as a person who will say that the emperor has no clothes on when everybody else is thinking, oh, well, I guess I should just say, he's clothed even though he's naked. So there is going to be something here where we are seeing what other people are denying. There is also an energy here with the high priestess of, I'm just getting Humpty Dumpty. And when Humpty Dumpty comes forward, it's like it was broken. It can't be put back together the same way. But also it can't be put back together through force. It's like all the king's horses, all the king's men. Nobody called a healer. Nobody called a doctor. We need to look at things more from an avenue of healing in order to move things forward, in order to move us forward. That's going to be important. Now let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Actually, we're going to go with this one. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, so I left when the cards turned over because you have Gemini energy in the new moon, and in the full moon coming forward. You also have the Queen of Swords, so there can be very powerful Gemini energy right here, right now, or that can be in our chart somewhere. So that's definitely coming forward. We also have the North Lunar Node right here, all right, and we have the South Lunar Node. It is said in astrology that our destiny is echoed between the North and the South Lunar Node. And so here it says, don't let your past hold you back. And the South Lunar Node is our past lives, our past selves, everything that we have worked on and created and every experience that we have been through. There's beauty to it. We may not see the beauty. It might almost feel offensive to say that there is beauty to it. But there are moments of beauty within our lives right here, right now, that need to be acknowledged, within our past that needs to be acknowledged. And it moves us then to the answers you need are coming. There is something to be illuminated, and it's going to come very unexpectedly. But this whole time, this whole moon is going to be unexpected for us. It brings us then to communication is key. And the communication comes through self-love. It comes through an acceptance of ourselves, an acceptance of our voice, an acceptance of where we want to be, of where we need to be, of what's important to us and what isn't. So that's going to be very powerful here. Oh, that's too funny, Aries. Aries, our subconscious Luna message is it's time to take action. This is the new moon in Aries. And by taking action during this moon, we find our sovereignty. We again embrace that sacred feminine energy. The moon represents our inner selves. It represents what we deeply desire, what we are nurturing ourselves towards. Now it is time to take action towards our dreams as we ground ourselves in our dreams. And remember, the new moon in Aries was on the 1st of April. The new moon now in Taurus is on the 30th of April. We're coming full cycle here. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. The Eight of Pentacles. This can be a very inspirational time for us. We need to be mindful not to overwork ourselves, not to push so hard, one day or for a week or two. And then, because remember, this new moon energy lasts until the full moon, what we're going to see is that it can drain us out. So we have to be mindful. And I believe the full moon is on the 16th of May. We need to be mindful of not letting ourselves be drained, not pushing so much that we just exhaust ourselves. It brings us then to the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And this is universal light. This is a brilliance. This is a radiance shining within us, guiding us forward. We're not alone during this time. There's something that's going to be illuminated. And we're like, oh, it's kind of going to be like we're walking somewhere or we're doing something. And then a light just comes on, and it's going to pull our attention in such a way that we're like, oh, wow, that was a sign. And it's going to be a sign, but it's going to be like a street light comes on, or, we're just sitting there and one of the hall lights turns on or something like that. A light just turns on and we think, weird, but okay. And that's spirit telling us, I'm here, I'm guiding you. Listen to this moment, like pay attention. It brings us then to our first subconscious. Ooh, and of course I did forget that. A tarot message, which is the Four of Pentacles. There's vampiric energy here. There is energy that's draining us, but there is also a sense of holding on to wealth and thinking, I need this. I need to hold on to this. This is overwhelming for me. If I let it go, I won't have the wealth. I won't have what I desire. And Spirit's saying no. There's an energy of lack that is around us, of doubt that is around us that needs to be addressed. But there's also the sense of I'm pouring so much of myself into everybody else. There's nothing left for me. And I'm feeling that void, and that void is overwhelming. It brings us then to the Seven of Swords. It's a betrayal. It's a betrayal. We can't carry everything. We can't always understand everything. But there is a sense of I've been betrayed. It's by vampiric energy. There is a sense of I need to move forward with my knowledge. I need to move forward with my voice. But also I can't take all of it with me. There's some things that I just need to leave behind. There's also an energy here of don't be so trusting. It's just really funny because Spirit is saying, as much as you're guarded or you're wise or you're talented, don't be so trusting because not everybody has your best interest at heart. And actually quite a few people would like to see you fall and fail because they feel like, okay, then everything that's going on, like every burden you've put upon me, it'll be proven that you weren't as great as you thought you were. They're just being petty. It then brings us to the Lovers. Again, Gemini energy coming through the Lovers. We're embracing something we love. Again, strong Gemini energy here, but a strong sense of a duality to what we're seeing, a duality to what this moon is bringing us, the sense of newness, the sense of discovery, the sense of quiet, but also the sense of a light being turned on, a spotlight being, turned on us and seeing things so much more than the way that we've seen it before. But it's almost like the passion is coming back. The beauty is coming back. We're taking the reins of something and saying, there gets to be beauty here. There gets to be love here. There gets to be joy here. It's not a dark, bleak life anymore. It's not, like Bleak House. So now it is my time to shine. And now it is my time to move me forward. And the beauty here, I just keep on seeing the red lips. There's something about red lipstick, red lips. It could be even eating berries and having your lips stained or having somebody's lip stains and you're just looking at their lips. And it doesn't have to be romantic at all, but it's like such beauty and such, anger and hatred can be held between the lips, like just within the words that we say. And there's just going to be the sense of this looking at the lips and just being like, like there's beauty here. There's such beauty here. And let me make sure my lips bring forward that beauty. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. And may you have a blessed moon.